Yeah. This is the story of Darren and his life in the low class. See, Pops was a cooker with glass, and Mom's was far from a looker, but still a hooker with ass. But she claimed she was the boss and that she could actually grind, but her staff always came with just a couple of nuts, cause that's all she could find. In his world, where there was work, there was crime, and wherever you slept, there was dirt and there was grime. Being slapped around and beat was an everyday thing that played on repeat. And if he even looked at Pops wrong, he could feel the radiation of heat. So he'd run away in the face of defeat to a place that he felt was safe to retreat, and close his eyes and imagine a life somewhere else where people care, instead of these deceitful people that are so full of evil and despair. Cause where he's from, his mindset makes an exception, so much so that he wonders if the world and his dreams would even accept him. Cause there's gotta be more to life than watching fiends search the floor for white, being concerned more with the pipe and a torch and a light, or how big of a score they can afford tonight. Like making sure you got the money when the rent's due, and not paying the dealer or whoever the fuck it was you went through, which is why Darren's about to put a name to all the shit that goes down, and they didn't even swear that they never meant to. But now over this instrumental, I'm gonna tell you the whole story about Darren and his rise to glory. It's a rise when you climb to the top. All around the clock, yeah, you grinding at the spot where the crime don't ever stop, and cash rules everything around me. And I can feel the fire getting hot. It's a hard rise when you're climbing to the top, yeah, all around the clock, yeah, you grinding at the spot where the crime don't ever stop, and cash rules everything around me. And I can feel the fire getting hot. Yeah, it's every day he's a witness to the tragedy of savagery. No one seems to care what the damage be, or gives a damn if he disappeared from the family. So one day he decided to make his presence known. Took the glass piece and threw in a precious stone. Flicked the pick until it melted, and twist the pick until he felt it. The rush consumed him until it left him tuned in, and the world around him was zooming, and he couldn't stop moving. Now it should have been a life full of promises, allowed the downfall to begin, and he's telling lies like they're honest, stealing everything he can touch, from cars, money, and jewelry, and rings and such. And he never goes to sleep, so he doesn't get to dream much. Wide awake, he rides the leg, but he's moving too fast now and needs to apply the brakes. But his mind's like, fuck that. Besides, he sold the brakes a long time ago. So the dub rise when you climb to the top. All around the clock, yeah, you grinding at the spot where the crime don't ever stop, and cash rules everything around me. And I can feel the fire getting hot. It's a hard rise when you're climbing to the top, yeah, all around the clock, yeah, you grinding at the spot where the crime don't ever stop, and cash rules everything around me. And I can feel the fire getting hot. Now he's in the cold and all alone. Tries to blame his parents, but truth be told, every life is different and a mold all their own. The path we choose is the path we create, and we can blow it out of proportion or just watch it deflate. And Darren from the start had been tearing his apart. No care and no heart, and he discovered a flair for the arts. But the streets kept calling his name like it was some kind of ball in a chain. His loved ones would just call him insane and fall to their knees like they're crawling in pain, begging and pleading him to stall and maintain. But because of their past, all he knows is all daddy knows, which is hustle hard every day, no matter how badly it shows. Which lessons are learned, that's how strategy grows and gravity slows. But Darren is still here in the depths of the dark, no longer a guppy, he's in the depths with the sharks. And the world is a zoo, and there ain't no pets in the park. So whatever you do, don't let your chest end up marked. And as time continues to go by, he takes a look back at his life, and suddenly doesn't know why. Day after day he chases the high and continues to waste his way till the day that he dies. So he opens his eyes, hoping and strives, cause he's made up his mind that he's been chosen to survive. He heard the warning that the warden is storming, the thunder is roaring, the pain is pouring, and on the page and into the mic that he's recording, cause his life of pain and torture to a life of gain and fortune. No longer in hell, no more burns from the fire that's scorching, cause he's walking that righteous path that leads to the stairway to heaven, where he's forever reporting, forever reporting.